So you got yourself a dairy and you think, maybe I want to do something a little different. Well, this mod has got you covered. So this is the Cream Factory by OTG Gaming, 4.75 megabyte on the download, and we got a couple of extra things you can do with this, which is very nice indeed. So you're going to find it in the construction menu. So if you go into there like that, and then under productions and factories, scroll along to find it. There you are, 70 grand to place down, and obviously this is going to be a, well, it says Cream Factory, but it's a not bakery, it's a dairy with a couple of extras. Now it does say on the website there's a sell point, but it's not one that's come up for me anyway on Xbox. But it's not a problem because all the outputs can be sold at the sell everything container, so not a problem. So what do we need to do with this? Let's go have a look at the recipes. So if we go into there like that, so we can do butter, cheese and chocolate. Yeah, standard dairy, not a problem. The recipes are bang on with the cycles for the standard base game. Obviously the only difference is you need to put in some pallets, so that might make it a little bit more, just a touch more expensive if you're using this for the butter, cheese and chocolate. But where it comes into its own is these four here. We've got chocolate milk, whipped cream, sour cream, and then cream cheese. So for the chocolate milk, you're going to need milk, chocolate, and pallets. For the whipped cream, you're going to need milk, pallets, and butter. For the sour cream, you're going to need whipped cream, butter, and then iodized salt. Something new. And then for cream cheese, you're going to need whipped cream, pallets, and then cheese at the end. So obviously there's two new things. You've got iodized salt just there, and then obviously you've got pallets. So where can we get these from? Well, you can buy them from the shop under pallets. So you've got iodized salt there, £1,000, euros or dollars for 1,000 litres of the salt. And then pallets, it's 380 for 2,000 litres of pallets. Not quite sure why you'd measure the pallets in litres, mind you, but all right, fair enough. And then we've got these outputs here. So we've got the cream cheese, we've got the chocolate milk, we've got sour cream, and then cream milk. Fair enough. So the building itself, there you got your production chain at the front, and I must admit, right, it's based on the standard base game dairy, but it looks, it's different colour schemes. So you got sort of like the dark grey texture on the walls. Come down the side there, you got your loading in point, and then round this side is where you got your pallet spawn point. Fair enough. So what are we talking about from a profit perspective? Well, obviously the standard base game ones, you know, the cheese, the chocolate and the butter, slightly worse than standard base game because obviously you got to add the pallets into it. That comes at a cost. But what about these three? So first off, we're going to go for the chocolate milk. So what you need for this is milk, chocolate and pallets. So you're going to need, to make 1,000 litres of chocolate milk, you're going to need 467 litres of milk, 467 litres of chocolate, and then 133 litres of pallets. So that requires 584 cost for the milk, 467 cost for the chocolate, and 25 cost for the pallets. So that's going to give you a total cost of 1,076. Right, fair enough. So what about the second thing? What about the whipped cream itself? Because obviously that then goes on to add to two other things. So for whipped cream, you're going to need milk, pallets and butter. So you're going to need 1,153 litres of milk, 15 litres of butter, pallets, and then 385 litres of butter. So milk, that's going to cost you 1,441. For the pallets, it's going to cost you 3, and for the butter, it's going to cost you 616. That's a total cost of 2,060. All right, fair enough. So what about the sour cream up the top there? So for this one, you're going to need whipped cream, 769 litres, pallets, 15 litres, and ionized salt, 77. So that's going to cost you 1,584 for your whipped cream. Obviously, it's got to be made into whipped cream first, so that's what's going to be cost at the end. And then for pallets, it's going to cost you 3, and then for the ionized salt, it's going to cost you 77. So the last one in this little shenanigans here is going to be your cream cheese. So for your cream cheese, you're going to need your whipped cream, your pallets and your cheese. So 538 litres of whipped cream, which would have cost you 1,108. For the pallets, 15 litres, which is going to cost you 3, and then cheese would have cost you 493. That's going to give you a total cost for the cream cheese, if you'd have sold all that off, or if you'd have bought it at the shop, however you want to word it, 1,604. Now, obviously, these are all going to have a sell cost to them. Well, a sell price to them, anyway. So, for the chocolate milk, you would have sold off a pallet of 1,000 litres for 2,603. For the whipped cream, you would have sold it off for 2,152. For the sour cream, you'd have sold that for 3,043. And then for the cream cheese, you'd have sold that for 2,657. Interesting. There's quite a lot of difference between the two on the profit side though. For the chocolate milk, you'd have made 1,527 profit, which is 142% extra. For the whipped cream, you'd have made 92 profit, which is only a 4.5% profit extra. Although to be fair, in real life, 4.5%, that's not a bad pay rise to be fair. For the sour cream, you'd have made an extra 1,379, so that's going to give you an 83% profit. And then for the cream cheese, you'd have sold that off for a profit of 1,053, giving you a 65.6% profit. Now, obviously, the sour cream and the cream cheese does need to go through an extra process with the whipped cream to get it. So that's not a bad set of profits, to be fair. Obviously, I'm quite partial to a bit of soft cream cheese, bit of Philadelphia on your toast. That's not bad at all. Obviously, we've got the two new things that need to go into there. We've got a decently looking building as well. And some new products. Even. I put my teeth in. I like that. I mean, yeah, it's not the biggest amount of profit we've had out of the production facility, but it's something for you to be getting on with. Yeah, I like it. So drop it in the comments below. Which recipe of this facility are you going to be using? We'll see what people are looking at. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It's muchly appreciated. But for me, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.